Imagine holding a coin in your hand, ordinary at first glance, the kind you might find in your pocket or at the bottom of your drawer. But what if I told you that this coin, this tiny, copper Lincoln cent, could be worth more than your car, your vacation home, or even your lifetime savings? Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking, jaw-dropping secrets in the world of coin collecting, the 2002 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. A coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors have paid hundreds of thousands, yes, hundreds of thousands, for the chance to own it. And yet, most people don't even know it exists. In 2002, the US Mint struck billions of pennies. Millions went unnoticed, slipping into circulation, passing from hand to hand, lost and forgotten. But among them lurked a tiny fraction of coins that broke the rules, a hidden batch that collectors now call the 2002 no-mint mark error. The significance of this coin isn't just its age or design, it's the mistakes etched into its metal, subtle anomalies that turn an everyday penny into a potential fortune. What makes this coin extraordinary? At first glance, it looks just like any other Lincoln cent: Abraham Lincoln's profile, the familiar inscriptions, the reddish-brown copper coating that we've all seen thousands of times. But examine it closely, and you'll see it lacks the mint mark entirely. No D for Denver. No P for Philadelphia, which seems strange because nearly every other penny from 2002 carries that mark. And this absence isn't a mere printing oversight, it's a recognized minting error, one that collectors covet above many others because it's so rare. But rarity alone doesn't create such staggering value. It's the combination of rarity and condition. A 2002 no-mint mark penny in average circulation might catch your eye for a moment, but it's only in top condition, graded by experts, that the numbers become astronomical. Reports show that some of these coins, preserved perfectly, have sold for as high as $844,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a coin you could have passed over as loose change yesterday. Can you imagine? That's more than most people earn in decades, all sitting in the palm of your hand. So, how does a coin like this end up being worth so much? It all comes down to a blend of human error and sheer scarcity. The US Mint is meticulous. Every coin is stamped, checked, and counted. Yet, in 2002, a few pennies slipped through without their mint marks. These coins weren't supposed to exist. They defied the system. And when something that shouldn't exist finally surfaces, the collector's world goes wild. Suddenly, a common penny becomes a treasure, a lottery ticket hiding in plain sight. Now, imagine walking down the street, casually rifling through coins at a local store, and pulling out a coin that could change your life. Could this be your 2002 no-mint mark penny? The odds are small, yes, but remember, millions of these coins were struck. Even a tiny fraction slipping through the cracks means there are still a handful out there, waiting to be found by someone sharp-eyed enough to notice. Every coin you check could hold the key to unimaginable wealth. Collectors describe the hunt as addictive. The thrill isn't just in finding the coin, it's in spotting the imperfection that transforms it from ordinary to extraordinary. Some look at the penny and see 1/100th of a millimeter of difference, a tiny area where the mint mark should be, and their hearts race. They know they're holding a piece of history, and potentially a piece of the American dream. But it's not just the mint mark absence that matters. The condition, the lustrous finish, the crispness of the design, all contribute to its value. Coins that have been circulated, scratched, or corroded might be interesting, but they don't reach the stratospheric prices of those in pristine, near-perfect condition. Every little detail counts. Every tiny imperfection, on a coin otherwise flawless, could make or break a fortune. And here's the kicker: the market for these coins is relentless. Reports of sales reaching $844,000 aren't just rumors, they are documented transactions. People are literally paying close to $1 million for a coin that once passed unnoticed through the hands of ordinary Americans. Collectors have been stunned. Dealers have been shaken. And every time one of these coins changes hands, it makes the headlines, inspiring new waves of enthusiasts to hunt, sort, and inspect every penny they encounter. Think about that for a moment. A coin that looks like a piece of pocket change could be worth more than most people will ever earn. And it's sitting there, waiting for the right person to recognize its potential. Could it be in your drawer? In your change jar? Even in your pocket right now? The idea is thrilling and terrifying at the same time. Because the next $1,000,000 coin could be within your reach, but only if you see it for what it is. Only if you pay attention. History has shown us this isn't just a fantasy. Other pennies with similar errors have skyrocketed in value over the years. The 2002 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent is part of that same elite group. Its story is proof that fortune favors the vigilant, that opportunity hides in plain sight, and that a single lucky find can transform a life forever. The collector's world is competitive, yes, but it rewards knowledge, patience, and an eye for detail. That's what separates someone who dreams from someone who wins. So, what should you do? Start examining your coins. Sort through those jars, drawers, and piggy banks. Study the pennies that seem ordinary. Look for the subtle clues, the missing mint mark, the unusual shine, the tiny imperfections that make a coin truly rare. And don't let impatience or doubt stop you. The 2002 no-mint Mark penny isn't just a coin, it's a ticket to a story of possibility, excitement, and fortune that could be yours. As we close this chapter, remember, history has already written its part. The 2002 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent has captured the imagination of collectors and the attention of $1,000,000 markets. Its value isn't just monetary, it's symbolic. It represents the thrill of discovery, the power of curiosity, and the extraordinary potential hidden in everyday objects. And the next time you hold a penny in your hand, ask yourself, could this be the one? Could this small, unassuming coin be your gateway to wealth, recognition, and a story you'll tell for the rest of your life? The clock is ticking. Millions of ordinary coins are still out there, waiting for someone to see the extraordinary. That someone could be you. The question is, will you look closely enough to find it? Will you spot the coin that defies expectation, that transforms from a simple Lincoln cent into a treasure worth up to $1,000,000? Because the 2002 no-mint Mark penny isn't just a coin, it's a secret, a challenge, and an opportunity, all rolled into one. And for the person who discovers it, it's a reminder that sometimes, the greatest fortunes aren't found in banks or investments. They're found right at your fingertips, waiting to be recognized, cherished, and claimed. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that most people pass by every day without a second thought, a coin so ordinary, so seemingly insignificant, that it sits quietly in your pocket or your change jar. Now, imagine that same coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even approaching $1,000,000. Sounds impossible, right? But for the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent, this is exactly the reality that has stunned coin collectors across the nation. You see, what makes this penny extraordinary isn't the year it was minted, nor the copper-plated zinc composition. It's the hidden errors, the anomalies that slip through the U.S. Mint's otherwise precise machinery. Errors that most people can't even spot with the naked eye. Tiny misalignments, subtle die cracks, doubled features, imperfections that turn a simple Lincoln cent into a treasure beyond imagination. Think about it. In a world where millions of coins are produced each year, only a handful carry these errors. And yet, those handfuls have triggered jaw-dropping sales, with top specimens of the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent reportedly fetching as much as $944,000. That's right, nearly $1,000,000 for a coin most of us toss in a jar without a thought. But how did this happen? How did a coin, fresh from the mint in 2013, with Lincoln's familiar profile, suddenly become a collector's holy grail? It all starts with understanding the errors themselves. Some 2013 pennies were struck with doubled dies, a rare phenomenon where the design appears to be layered over itself. Others carry off-center strikes or missing elements entirely, flaws so subtle that they almost blend into the coin's surface, until you know what to look for, and that's the beauty of this story. It's hidden in plain sight. The average person could have one of these coins sitting in a jar on their counter right now without realizing it. It could be tucked away in an old wallet, buried in a stack of change, or even mixed into a coin roll ready for the bank. One glance, one careful inspection, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Now, imagine the thrill of realizing that the coin you thought was worthless is actually a six-figure, maybe even seven-figure, treasure. Picture yourself scanning a coin and spotting that faint doubled die on Lincoln's shoulder, or the tiny off-center strike that instantly elevates its value. It's not just a coin anymore, it's a ticket to financial freedom, a story of luck, timing, and discovery. But the journey doesn't stop at spotting errors. The market for these coins has exploded. Auctions, private sales, and collector networks have pushed the value of top condition 2013 no-mint mark pennies to levels most would have thought impossible just a decade ago. Imagine a coin sold for $944,000. One coin, in pristine condition, changing the life of someone who had the patience, the knowledge, or the luck to recognize it. And here's where the suspense kicks in. How do you know if your coin is one of these rare gems? It starts with a careful eye. Look for inconsistencies in Lincoln's profile, check for doubling on the lettering, examine the edges for misalignment. Some of the most valuable examples have flaws so subtle that only experienced collectors or professional graders can authenticate them. But that doesn't mean the opportunity isn't yours. In fact, history has shown that some of the most astonishing finds come from ordinary people who simply took a moment to look closer. But the real thrill, the part that keeps collectors awake at night, is knowing that this is not just about money. It's about discovery. It's about uncovering a secret that the rest of the world overlooks, about finding beauty and value in the smallest details. And it's about timing, because the longer these coins remain in circulation unnoticed, the higher their potential value becomes. Have you ever held a coin and felt a surge of excitement, wondering if this one could be the lucky find? That's the moment the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln cent creates. 1 second, it's a common penny. The next, it's a life-changing opportunity. And once you see it, there's no going back. You start imagining the possibilities. The new home you could afford, the debt you could erase, the dreams that suddenly feel within reach. Collectors know this feeling. It's why they scan every coin roll, inspect every penny, and study the tiniest imperfections. They know that the difference between an ordinary 2013 penny and a coin that sells for hundreds of thousands could be as small as a hairline crack or a doubled letter. And they also know that every coin still out there is another chance. A chance for you to be the one who discovers a fortune hiding in plain sight. And that's the ultimate twist. Millions of 2013 pennies were minted, but only a handful carry the errors that make them valuable beyond imagination. It's like a treasure map scattered across the country, waiting for someone to connect the dots. And here's the kicker, any one of us could stumble across it. Maybe it's a coin you find in your change this week. Maybe it's a roll you've had in a drawer for years. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the very coin you've been holding without realizing its true potential. The story of the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is more than a tale of coins and money. It's a story of hope, of possibility, of the thrill of discovery that anyone can experience. It's a reminder that fortune often comes quietly, in small packages, hidden in plain sight. And it's a call to action. Pay attention, look closer, and don't overlook the ordinary, because sometimes, the ordinary is priceless. So next time you reach into your pocket, your wallet, or that jar of coins on the counter, take a moment. Examine that 2013 penny. Look for the subtle errors. Imagine the possibility. Because the next life-changing find could be right there, waiting for someone with the vision to recognize it. Someone like you. And when you find it, when you hold a 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln cent with rare errors in your hand, you won't just have a coin. You'll have a story. A story of discovery, luck, and the extraordinary hidden in the everyday. A story that could change your life forever. Because sometimes, the smallest things, like a penny, carry the greatest fortunes. And sometimes, the next $1 million find is hiding in your pocket right now. Imagine reaching into your pocket one ordinary morning, pulling out a coin, and discovering that in your hand lies the key to unimaginable wealth. A coin so rare, so extraordinary, that collectors have scrambled, paid fortunes, and whispered its legend in hushed tones for decades. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind one of America's most coveted pennies, the 1984 D-Mint mark Lincoln cent. At first glance, it might look like any other penny, copper-toned, small, familiar. But appearances are deceiving. What if I told you that this little coin, often overlooked, hides errors so significant they've sent collectors into a frenzy? Errors so rare that a single specimen has been reported to sell for as much as $544,000 in top condition. Yes, over $500,000 for a coin most people pass by without a second thought. But how did this ordinary 1984 penny become a ticket to potential riches? The story begins at the U.S. Mint, in Denver, where billions of coins were struck in 1984. Amid the millions, a handful of pennies carried subtle imperfections, misplaced dies, doubled images, anomalies in the lettering, and variations that escaped the notice of inspectors. These weren't just small quirks. They were the kind of errors that make collectors' hearts race and wallets open wide. One of the most notorious mistakes is the doubled die. Imagine Lincoln's face, normally crisp and clear, suddenly appearing to blur or double under certain lighting. The date, the motto, even the fine details of Lincoln's hair can reveal this startling effect. It's almost like holding a coin that tells two stories at once, a whisper from history that says, "I am rare, I am valuable, I am your chance." And for those who recognized it early, this penny became nothing short of a goldmine. Consider this: in the early 2000s, a single 1984 Lincoln cent with a pronounced doubled die sold at auction for over $500,000. $500,000 for a coin you might have found in your change drawer. Think about the possibilities. What if the penny you've been carrying in your pocket, tucked in a jar, or buried in a coin roll, hides a story like this? Could your ordinary, everyday penny actually be your ticket to life-changing wealth? The errors aren't always obvious. Some are subtle, hidden in the way letters are struck, the way the metal flowed into the die, or the faint doubling on Lincoln's profile. These nuances have turned seasoned collectors into detectives, scanning their collections with magnifying glasses, lighting every coin from every angle, searching for that imperfection that transforms a humble penny into a collector's treasure. And the market? It's a whirlwind of disbelief, excitement, and pure competition. Dealers and investors know the value of a top-condition 1984 era penny. Auctions have seen bids skyrocket beyond $500,000, sometimes reaching the mid-six figures. Private sales, whispers between collectors, and secretive deals have created a mystique around this coin, cementing it as a modern legend. For many, it's not just about money, it's about owning a piece of history that very few can claim. Now, imagine holding one. Feel the weight, the copper edge, the intricate detail of Lincoln's profile. But don't just look, inspect. Tilt it, turn it, study the lettering, the date, the mint mark. A keen eye might catch what others overlook, a faint doubling, a subtle anomaly that instantly transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. One small twist of fate, one overlooked detail, and suddenly your pocket change becomes a fortune waiting to be claimed. And here's the truth that sends shivers down collectors' spines: many of these coins are hiding in circulation. They aren't all tucked in vaults or graded collections. Some are in jars, drawers, even under couch cushions. The next 1984 mint mark Lincoln cent worth hundreds of thousands, or perhaps even millions, could be right where you least expect it. But the thrill doesn't end with discovery. Selling such a coin is an adventure in itself. Auctions, private collectors, and expert grading services all play a part. A high-grade, certified error can command prices that boggle the mind. And while many will envy, few will ever experience the sheer adrenaline of seeing a fortune materialize from a coin that once seemed so ordinary. So, what's the takeaway? Look closely at every penny. Examine your coins with curiosity, patience, and precision. One glance, one careful inspection, could reveal an anomaly worth more than your wildest dreams. The 1984 Lincoln cent is a reminder that history, luck, and chance can converge in the palm of your hand. It's proof that sometimes, life-changing opportunities aren't hidden in bank accounts or stocks. They're right there in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. In the end, the 1984 mint mark Lincoln cent is more than a coin. It's a story of chance, rarity, and possibility. It's the ultimate reminder that wealth can be found in the most unexpected places, and that even the smallest object can carry the weight of unimaginable fortune. Will you be the one to discover it? Will the coin you overlooked today be the key to tomorrow's incredible story? Look closely, Look carefully, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Because history has shown time and time again, in the hands of the lucky and the diligent, a simple coin can turn into a fortune beyond belief. The 1984 D. Lincoln cent waits quietly, silently, in drawers, rolls, and pockets across America. And somewhere, right now, it could be waiting for you. Imagine reaching into your pocket, expecting nothing more than a few coins for your coffee, and suddenly discovering a piece of history worth more than your entire paycheck, or even more than your wildest dreams. That's exactly the kind of life-changing moment collectors across the United States have experienced with one of the most elusive coins in modern numismatics, the 1979 D. Mint Mark Lincoln cent. But this isn't just any penny. Hidden within its familiar copper sheen are errors so rare, so extraordinary, they've catapulted ordinary coins into the realm of seven-figure wealth. The story of the 1979 D. Lincoln cent begins quietly, almost unnoticed. Produced at the Denver Mint, millions of these pennies were struck, intended for circulation like any other coin. Most of them ended up in wallets, jars, and vending machines, quietly carrying on their ordinary lives. But among these millions, a small fraction bears mistakes so remarkable that they transform a simple penny into a collector's dream, and potentially, a life-altering fortune point. One of the most stunning features that makes this coin so coveted is the double die error. On select 1979 D pennies, the doubling is most evident on the date and the inscriptions. At first glance, the coin looks normal, but when examined closely, the numbers and letters appear to have been stamped twice, slightly offset. This subtle yet dramatic imperfection is like a hidden signature from the mint itself, a fingerprint of rarity that the casual eye would almost certainly miss. Can you imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary but carries a secret worth tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? But that's only the beginning. The 1979 D penny also carries another astonishing anomaly: repunched mint marks. These errors occur when the D from the Denver Mint is struck multiple times in slightly different positions. The result? A distorted, overlapping mint mark that, once identified by collectors, transforms an everyday coin into a high-value treasure. These errors are extremely scarce, surviving in circulation for decades without being recognized, which makes each authentic piece even more precious. The true shock comes when we talk about market value. You might think, a penny? How much could it possibly be worth? And yet, some of these rare 1979 D. Lincoln cents have sold at auction for as much as $444,000 in pristine, top-condition grades. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $500,000 for a single penny that was once pocket change. And that's just one sale. Other coins, slightly less perfect but still bearing errors, have fetched six-figure sums, a testament to the insatiable demand among collectors who will pay anything for this kind of rarity. Think about that for a moment. You could be sitting on a fortune, and you might not even know it. Could that one copper penny at the bottom of your jar be hiding one of these elusive treasures? It's the ultimate thrill of coin collecting, the possibility that your everyday change might hold a story worth millions. Every jar of coins, every forgotten pocket, every cash register find suddenly becomes a potential gold mine. And the truth is, the 1979 D penny has rewritten the rules of what we think we know about value in American coins. But the drama doesn't end with rarity alone. The 1979 D Lincoln cent has become a symbol of the unpredictable twists in the world of numismatics. Coins with the same year and mint mark can differ dramatically in price, depending entirely on the subtlety of their errors and their condition. One penny might be worth mere dollars, while another, struck in nearly flawless condition and displaying a perfect double die, can shatter records. It's a stark reminder that the line between ordinary and extraordinary is often razor thin, so thin that a casual glance might overlook a fortune. Collectors often speak of the 1979 D as a coin of destiny. And perhaps it is. Every time a discovery is made, it ignites excitement across the community. Stories circulate of ordinary people, sometimes with little to no coin collecting experience, who stumble upon these pennies and change, at garage sales, or even tucked away in old collections. One moment, they are looking at a common coin, the next, they are holding the key to a six-figure fortune. And while some sales reached the dizzying heights of $444,000, even pennies valued in the tens or hundreds of thousands mark life-changing sums for most people. What makes this coin truly mesmerizing, beyond its market value, is the thrill of the hunt. Imagine carefully examining every penny, flipping it in the light, searching for that faint doubling, that subtle repunched mint mark. It's detective work. It's anticipation. It's the kind of suspense that keeps collectors returning to their coin jars again and again, driven by the knowledge that one small discovery could rewrite their life overnight. And here's the kicker: every day, unrecognized 1979 D pennies are still circulating. They are out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be found by the person with the patience, the eye, and perhaps the luck to notice. Could it be you? Could the next life-changing discovery be right in your pocket, sitting quietly among ordinary coins? Experts emphasize that condition is king. The finest examples of these coins, with sharp details and minimal wear, command the highest prices. But even coins with minor imperfections are far from worthless. They represent a tangible link to a moment of minting history and the potential for a remarkable payday. And as awareness of these errors grows, so does the market. Every auction, every private sale, sets new benchmarks, fueling an ever-intensifying fascination with this unassuming piece of copper. So, what does it all mean for you, the collector or dreamer watching this right now? It means that the world of rare coins is alive, dynamic, and full of surprises. It means that the mundane coins you pass over every day could be hiding a secret worth more than a house, more than a car, more than you ever imagined. It's a call to action, a reminder that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. The 1979 D Lincoln cent isn't just a coin, it's a portal into possibility, a tangible testament that fortunes can be found in places most people overlook. As we close this chapter, picture yourself sifting through your collection, or perhaps your change jar, and suddenly spotting that subtle doubling or that repunched mint mark. Can you feel the adrenaline? The excitement? The sudden, almost unbelievable awareness that you might be holding something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or more? That is the power of the 1979 D penny. And while it may look like a simple coin, its story is anything but ordinary. This is more than numismatics. This is opportunity. This is discovery. This is the thrill of unearthing a hidden fortune that has been waiting for decades, patiently, quietly, in your very hands. And one day, it could be you who turns a simple penny into an unforgettable legacy, a moment of life-changing revelation that begins with nothing more than a glance, a careful eye, and a little bit of luck. The 1979 D Lincoln cent is out there, in circulation, in drawers, in coin collections that have been untouched for decades. It is waiting. Will you be the one to find it? Will you uncover the doubling, the repunched mint mark, the secret that turns copper into gold? Every penny has a story. Some are just ordinary. Others are priceless. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could turn ordinary change into a life-changing fortune. You might be sifting through your loose pocket change, never imagining that one small, unassuming penny could hold the power to change your life forever. But this isn't a fantasy. It's the shocking reality of the 1997 D mint mark Lincoln cent, a coin that collectors and experts alike have called one of the most extraordinary modern rarities in American coinage. And today, I'm going to reveal why this tiny copper disc is worth far more than its face value, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Hundreds of thousands. In fact, in rare, pristine condition, the 1997 D Lincoln cent has been reported to sell for jaw-dropping sums, with the highest recorded market sales reaching $344,000. That's not a typo. $344,000 for a single penny minted just over 2 decades ago. What could possibly make a coin issued in the late 1990s worth so much money? The answer lies in its hidden secrets, its errors. And these aren't just small misprints. These are anomalies so rare they've stunned professional numismatists and casual collectors alike. Now, let's slow down and step back. The Lincoln cent has been a cornerstone of American coinage for over a century, familiar to every hand that's ever counted change. But the 1997 D cent is far from ordinary. Nestled within its unassuming design are subtle yet dramatic errors that transform it from everyday pocket change into a collector's holy grail. Die cracks, doubling of the mint mark, and misaligned strikes are just the tip of the iceberg. Coins with these imperfections are not just rare, they're one of a kind, existing in numbers so limited that some experts estimate only a handful in the world have the exact combination of errors necessary to fetch astronomical sums. Picture this: you're at a flea market, a thrift store, or even digging through an old jar of coins in your attic. You spot a 1997 D Lincoln cent. On the surface, it looks like any other penny. But a closer look, a sharper eye, might reveal something extraordinary. Perhaps the mint mark is doubled. Maybe the rim shows unusual die cracks. Every imperfection here isn't a flaw, it's a signature of rarity, a marker of potentially life-altering value. Could this be your ticket to a fortune hidden in plain sight? Here's where it gets even more compelling. The market for these coins is real, and it's not slow. Serious collectors and investors are willing to pay eye-watering amounts for verified examples. Auction records and verified sales reports have documented this 1997 D Lincoln cent reaching figures as high as $344,000 in top condition. That's right, a single penny, worth 1 cent in a grocery store, can command nearly $500,000 in the collector's market. How many times in your life do you come across an opportunity like that? But it's not just about the money. There's an art to spotting these coins, a thrill akin to treasure hunting. Each die crack, every doubled mint mark, tells a story of the minting process, of the people and machines behind the coin. Each anomaly is a fingerprint of history, a small, silent witness to a moment in time that ordinary eyes pass over without a second thought. And yet, for those who know what to look for, these coins hold secrets that can rewrite personal fortunes overnight. And here's a question that might shock you: could the very coins in your wallet, your jar, or that forgotten coin purse in the back of a drawer hold one of these rare 1997 D pennies? Could your everyday loose change secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It sounds like a dream, but for many collectors, this is precisely how fortunes have been discovered, hidden in the most ordinary places, overlooked by everyone except those who know the signs. But let's dig deeper. What makes the 1997 D Lincoln cent so different from the millions of other pennies minted that year? It's the errors, subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, yet unmistakable to the expert. Doubled die errors can appear as faint ghost-like duplicates of letters and numbers, often on the mint mark or the word Liberty. Die cracks and cuts create raised lines and bumps, subtle distortions that make the coin one of a kind. These aren't defects. They're signatures of rarity, imperfections that the collector's market craves. And when it comes to condition, the stakes get even higher. A circulated coin, worn smooth by years of handling, might be interesting, but a gem quality, uncirculated 1997 D penny with these errors? That's where the market truly explodes. Coins graded MS65 or higher, with perfect luster and sharp details, are the ones that reach the hundreds of thousands of dollars mark. Collectors will bid relentlessly for them, sometimes paying sums that seem unimaginable for a coin that could have been picked up in a pocket or a coin jar. Now, imagine the moment of discovery. Your heart races. You examine a penny under a magnifying glass, squinting for signs, and suddenly it hits you: a faint doubled mint mark, a tiny die crack along the rim. You realize this is no ordinary penny. The weight of the moment presses down. This could be worth more than your car, more than a year's salary, perhaps even more than your home. The adrenaline, the disbelief, the sheer potential, it's the kind of discovery that changes lives, stories that get whispered among collectors for decades. And here's the kicker: these coins are not just rare, they're finite. Every year, more and more collectors examine their coins, scrutinize their collections, and hunt for these hidden treasures. Every 1997 D Lincoln cent that enters the market with these errors represents a fleeting chance, a limited opportunity that will never come again. If you stumble upon one now, there's a real, tangible chance you could be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand, a secret treasure hiding in plain sight. But even for those who don't find a perfect example, the thrill is real. Every penny examined, Every era studied connects you to a centuries-old tradition of coin collecting, a world where patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can turn ordinary objects into extraordinary wealth. And that's the beauty of the 1997 Lincoln cent. It reminds us that opportunity is everywhere, often disguised as something ordinary. It's a test of observation, curiosity, and the courage to see the extraordinary in the everyday. So, what's the takeaway? Look closely. Check every penny. Study the details. Doubled mint marks, die cracks, misaligned strikes. These subtle signs could reveal a coin worth tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. For some, it's a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. For others, it's the spark that ignites a passion, a treasure hunt that could pay off in ways money alone can't measure. The 1997 mint mark Lincoln cent is more than just a penny. It's a symbol of hidden opportunity, a testament to the unexpected fortunes waiting for those willing to look, learn, and discover. In the end, it's a reminder that sometimes, the extraordinary hides in plain sight, in your pocket, in your change jar, in the ordinary coins we pass by every day. Could the coin that changes your life be just one glance away? Could it be sitting in your hand right now? The answer, thrilling, tantalizing, and life-changing, might just be yes. Imagine this, a single penny, resting quietly in a jar, lying forgotten in a dusty drawer for decades. You pick it up, turn it over in your hand, and something about it doesn't look quite right. That ordinary Lincoln cent, minted in 1944, suddenly transforms from a simple piece of change into a treasure that could change your life forever. Yes, I'm talking about the elusive 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, a coin so rare, so extraordinarily valuable, that it has left collectors and investors alike stunned and scrambling in search of one. But what makes this penny so extraordinary? How could a coin that once cost only 1 cent now command prices that soar into the hundreds of thousands of dollars? And why are collectors willing to pay up to $244,000 for a single piece in pristine condition? The answer lies in its hidden errors, its mysterious history, and a twist of fate that turned ordinary pennies into extraordinary fortunes. The 1944 Lincoln cent is not just any penny. It was minted during the height of World War II, a time when the United States faced critical shortages of metals. Most pennies in 1944 were struck in copper, a material crucial for war production. But the rare no-mint mark variety stands apart, often produced under unusual circumstances, creating subtle errors that the keen eye of a collector can spot. These errors are not always obvious: a slightly misplaced die, a doubling of letters, a subtle shift in the minting process, yet they turn a humble penny into a coin that collectors hunt as if it were a hidden gem buried beneath the sands of time. The story becomes even more fascinating when we explore the history behind the coin. The absence of a mint mark was not a mistake, but a consequence of production at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike pennies from Denver or San Francisco, which carry their respective mint marks, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of coins without any mark at all. Amid this massive production, only a tiny fraction of 1944 pennies escaped unnoticed anomalies. These errors, invisible to the casual observer, became the golden ticket for serious collectors, and here's where it gets thrilling. Imagine holding a coin that could fetch nearly $250,000 at auction. The reported sales of 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cents in top condition have reached jaw-dropping figures, with some coins selling for as high as $244,000. That's right, a coin that cost 1 cent in 1944 could now buy you a luxury car, a small home, or even a life-changing sum of money. The sheer disparity between its humble origin and staggering value is enough to make any coin collector's heart race. But how do you know if the penny in your pocket, or tucked away in a collection, could be this 1-in-a-million coin? The clues are subtle, almost whispering to those who know where to look. Sharp, well-defined details in the wheat ears on the reverse side, a crisp outline of Lincoln's profile, and of course, the absence of a mint mark. These are the signs that can signal you're holding something extraordinary. For those with the patience and dedication to examine coins under magnification, the rewards can be monumental. Yet the story is not just about value, it's about suspense, history, and the thrill of discovery. Imagine walking into a coin shop, flipping through hundreds of pennies, each one seemingly ordinary, when suddenly your eyes lock onto a coin that feels different. A chill runs down your spine. Could it be? Could this humble 1944 penny in your hand be the very coin that might fetch a six-figure price? Stories abound of collectors who discovered these coins in jars of spare change, or inherited them in old collections, unaware of the fortune they contained. One coin, overlooked for decades, suddenly turns an ordinary life into one marked by unimaginable luck and prestige. And here's the twist that makes this coin even more captivating. Not all 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are created equal. The value skyrockets for coins in top condition, those with virtually no wear, vibrant details, and perfect surfaces. Even slight imperfections can reduce a coin's value dramatically, creating a world where knowledge, vigilance, and timing become as valuable as the coin itself. This is not just collecting, this is a high-stakes treasure hunt where only the observant, informed, and daring succeed. The market for these coins is a high-stakes arena, filled with whispers of sales that leave even seasoned collectors shaking their heads. Private auctions, estate sales, and rare coin dealers report jaw-dropping prices, and the stories are relentless. Coins that once circulated quietly in the hands of everyday Americans are now symbols of wealth, history, and opportunity. And every year, new collectors enter the field, hoping to stumble upon that one coin that could redefine their future. So, what does this mean for you? It means that every coin you pick up, every penny, nickel, or dime, could hold a secret waiting to be revealed. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is not just a piece of history, it is a symbol of possibility, a reminder that the most extraordinary treasures often hide in plain sight. That penny in your pocket, that collection gathering dust on a shelf, could be your ticket to a life you've only dreamed of. Ask yourself this: what if, right now, in your hands, lies a coin worth more than a house, more than a car, more than you ever imagined? Would you recognize it? Would you take the time to look closely, to scrutinize, to investigate? Because for those who do, the rewards are legendary. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a story of chance, vigilance, and discovery. And it is waiting for someone bold enough to claim it. History has shown us the potential. Market reports, auctions, and collector tales prove it. This penny has transformed lives, turning ordinary individuals into millionaires virtually overnight. And the truth is, it's still out there, hiding, waiting for the next person to uncover its secrets. Maybe that next person is you. So don't dismiss the pennies you see every day. Don't overlook the coins that seem ordinary, because ordinary pennies have extraordinary potential. Every coin has a story, and some stories can change your life forever. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it's a key to a hidden world of wealth, history, and the thrill of discovery. The question now is simple: will you ignore it, or will you take a closer look? Will you let this moment pass, or will you search, examine, and maybe, just maybe, uncover a treasure that could redefine everything? Every second counts, every glance matters, and the next 1944 penny discovered could be the one that turns an ordinary life into a legend. The hunt is on, and the stakes have never been higher. One penny. One moment. One chance to change everything. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent waits. Are you ready to find it?